Now, I've been doing woodworking my whole life and I've really enjoyed it. But only the last 3 years I've done this YouTube channel and trying to share with you the evolution of my shop, which has been pretty significant. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as well, and today's no exception. I'm going to make some significant changes to a workbench that works perfectly well, but I think it's going to fit my needs as my shop evolves over time. So let's get started. I put a lot of thought and a lot of hours into creating this bench. I sold plans of the original design, which was perfect for a garage shop. Had a built-in planer, sanding drawer, dust collection, router station, you name it. But the best part is the frame, designed and built to last for years. From the initial design, I expected the frame to be consistent while the components within to be modular. I started this build with the compressor box. Use of compressed air and easy access of a nail gun without the noise is key to any assembly table. I knew this would be a key component for my small shop. The possibility of fitting it within my assembly table was definitely a positive move for me. I looked at a lot of designs online, and this dual baffle approach was a design that I felt was going to be. This is a prototype of an acoustical box that I built for my compressor, and this will actually install underneath the assembly table as part of the bench. And on the side here I have an outlet for a hose and an outlet for a cable, and there's actually just a small hole in the acoustical foam that I can poke those through. So I don't think I'll get a lot of noise out of this, but we'll find out. The airflow will actually come up inside the box through here, and then I'll show you the flow when I take off the top. And in the back of the box, I have installed a fan. So this will actually pull the air through the box itself and out the back. I have a speed control on the fan, and I will plug this in when I use it. And then I made just a little insert here. There's foam right here, but this is so I can reach my hand inside and open the valve on the tank itself. If for some reason I'm going to be gone for a long period of time and I don't really want that tank full, I can reach in here and do that and put this cover back on. I made a very simplistic drawing, really try to show you the airflow through the box with those curved lines. I hope that helps. Now, I used leftover wood, and I had a limited amount of acoustical foam to put in this box. Had I built this entirely out of MDF and completely lined it with foam, I think I could have improved the sound quality even further. This total project cost me less than 40 bucks, and I think it's a significant improvement in sound for my shop. A significant improvement of roughly 13 decibels, and I already know how to make it even better. Very happy with this design. Now, in every shop, you need a place to put your drills. I knew I wanted easy access within reach of my assembly table. The idea of putting them in the assembly table, well, I didn't really think about that, but I thought for me that would be a plus. Now, there's a wide variety of different designs on the market, and I looked at a lot of them. Racks of all different sizes and shapes, and battery holders and power stations, you name it. I just wanted a simple holder for my drills. My batteries and bits fit in one of my 5 storage drawers, and I found a place on the side of the assembly table to put my charger. I don't have a 3D printer, I don't have a laser, nor do I have a CNC machine. And I didn't want to purchase a solution online, so I decided to build one. Bought a piece of PVC pipe from Ace Hardware for $2.21, some scrap wood laying around the shop, and with a little thought and some creativity, designed something that even surprised me in the end. It's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to move the location of my router table to the end of my assembly bench. It just didn't work for me in the center of this big assembly table. I really didn't use it in that location. And with removing my old sander, I had the space to create a router table right here on the end. Now, I found a brand new Rockler router lift and inserts for $200 on Facebook Marketplace. That usually costs over $400, and with tax and shipping, maybe $450. Now, I've got dust collection from my jigsaw, and I like how much it's improved, but I don't have anything for my router yet, and even my particle counter was covered in dust after creating this opening. Now, one of the things I wanted was a home for my dust extractor. I really didn't have a place in the shop. So I'm going to use some of this valuable space under the bench where I use the dust extractor most. I built this little garage for it. I know that sounds kind of funny, but it works well. And I can still access everything on the dust extractor, but I can also easily lift it up and pull it out and use it anywhere in the shop. This is a great home for it, and above that, I put my sanding drawer. This is exactly the same sanding drawer that I had before in the shop. I just added this one section on the side for some of my strip sandpaper, but otherwise this is totally just the exact same drawer. So for the whole thing I used reclaimed wood, and it didn't cost me a cent. Shop storage is a must for any well-organized shop. And in my old assembly table, I had 3 drawers, one of which is the sanding drawer, which I'm reusing. At this stage in my shop evolution, I just need homes for a lot more tools and parts. I fixed this with this 5-drawer storage cabinet, and it was just what I needed. It's easy to build. I reused a ton of wood from old projects, and in fact, the bottom drawer is the 2 drawers from my old assembly table. It's a simple open frame design, modular, so it just slides into my existing bench and I bolt it down. I also moved the power strip front and center for this table. This may be the simplest and most valued move I could have made in the entire project. Easy access to power is absolutely key. With my modular storage cabinet almost complete, it was time for me to solve my clamp dilemma. I have a lot of small clamps, and I had them on a clamp rack on a wall, but half of them couldn't fit because I had too many. So I needed to do something different. I kept the clamp rack for the wall, but I wanted to move some of the smaller clamps, the stuff that I use on a regular basis, to my workbench if I have room. I have an odd shape between my newly built storage cabinet and my compressor box for this clamp rack. So it's going to be kind of a funky shape, but hopefully it'll work. And to complicate matters worse, I wanted to reuse these 10-inch slides that I had available, and that limits the amount of travel for these drawers. So it wouldn't go all the way to the back of the bench. I love using these 6-inch trigger clamps. I use them almost every day. I currently have a number from Harbor Freight. They're cheap, they're guaranteed for life, and well, they're just okay, but they're cheap. I also have these quick release bar clamps from Harbor Freight. I think this design is almost flawless. I really like those. And they're not that expensive. And I built a chair recently, and I purchased a number of these Bessie 4-inch clamps, which are very handy to have around the shop. I'm in the home stretch of finishing this project, and I started by putting the same old handles on my drawer fronts. I like these handles. I've used them before on my drill press cart, but when I built my miter saw table, I took a chance to do something totally different. Not really crazy about them, but I wanted to try something. And I keep forgetting, when you build shop furniture, it's a great opportunity to try new and different designs and new techniques. Things that you might want to use on a piece of nice furniture in the future. So I decided to give it a shot. I wanted to be able to make these handles out of scrap wood. I wanted them to be integrated with the drawer face so they look like they're part of that drawer. I added a groove to the bottom so you could easily open the drawer with your fingers. And I didn't really want to use any hardware, so I just wanted to be able to glue them on. I like the concept. I don't think I would stagger the handles in the future. And I'd probably make the handles just a little bit softer for a piece of fine furniture. I think these are a little edgy. That's probably okay for shop furniture, but maybe not for a piece of fine furniture. What do you think? I'd appreciate it if you'd leave a comment and give me some feedback. Okay, I cut all these pieces and you're probably wondering what the heck am I trying to do with this? Well, one of the problems I have is when I have a table, I tend to put everything on the table. Tools, parts, as well as the product, and it really gets to be a problem. So I found this clear plastic bin and I hope to put it right here so I can put all those small tools on the table, like, you know, my pencil and my tape measure, you know, those things that I can never find. And so I figured if I had one spot to put them, they should be okay. And, you know, I don't have to look for them on the table somewhere amongst everything else. So I'm going to give it a try and we'll see what happens. There. So the idea is I can hang it there, put stuff there. I can still get access to my drawer. If I want to take it off, I can take it off and throw it in a drawer or something. I think this will actually be very helpful for me, but you know what? We'll give it a try for a while, and if we don't like it, we can take it off. Now I've kind of boxed myself into a corner here when I want to build my router table. This is the last thing in the bench I want to do in this video. And to make matters worse, it's kind of a wooden puzzle. I've got to fit one piece on one end, and I've already put this panel in place with the power switch for the router table. I've got to fit another piece on this side right here and slide something in from the front to create the box and hold the bits. And to make things worse, I've decided to put my drills in here as well. So I've got to have drill storage. It's going to be a tight router table storage unit, but I think it's going to work. This assembly table redesign is all about reusing wood, and this router box is no exception to that. I ended up using 3 different kinds of wood to build this project. A piece from an old shelf, a piece that was actually part of the old bench that I had here, and a piece of Baltic birch. Does it really matter? I don't think so, but you can be the judge. Most of the difficult part was the fact that all 3 pieces were different thickness. So I had to take that into account with all my measurements as I measured precisely to fit this box in this space. I forgot to allow for the support structure underneath the assembly table, so I had to cut that down after I built the box. I did quite a few trial fits to make sure this would slide in, but obviously not enough. After allocating space for a small ducks box, I had enough room left for 2 small drawers. One for the tools for the router and one for the router bits. I only had one set of slides, so I decided to utilize the top drawer base as slides. I've seen this done quite a few times before, but I've never really tried to build anything like that. I always wanted to try it. And I actually thought it worked out really good. I cut the hole for the exhaust and the hole
This
for
way
the
I
power
can pull the
cord, so
entire
now I
drawer
can
out and get access to all my
this
tools.
in back.
I think that'll be beneficial in the long run.
And it's going
This
to
will hold my
go
insert rings,
right
some of
there.
the tools to raise and lower the router, and the wrenches to be able to adjust the collet to be able to take
So I cut the hole on my drill press before I put it here, but I wanted to carve out this bottom.
Cut it down to
So I
size,
put this
and then
back
ended
on
up holding 34
and was able to go
half-inch
through
bits
there and do that. So I got a nice little ramp there
I think
for
that's
dust.
perfect for me.
And my pipe
And I
fits
took
good.
this
And I won't go all the way in,
opportunity to
obviously,
purge
it'll
a
go
lot
partially
of my
in.
bits. I had some old router bits that were not very sharp anymore and could be very dangerous. Had some very inexpensive router bits that really just don't cut well, and those could be dangerous too. So I got rid of a lot of that. I finished the dust box with a 1/2-inch PVC pipe for dust and some pieces to help guide the dust into the hose. Used a little paste whack on the side for the top drawer to help it slide, which really helped quite a bit. And now I'm ready for installation. I built a nice plexiglass door for the dust box, which is held in with magnets and using one of those handles that I didn't want to use. But I forgot to film that, so sorry about that. Well, this was a really tight fit with the compressor box below and the drills on the right side. But I think I got everything I wanted in the space that I had available, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think I'll use this table a lot more than when I had it in the center of the assembly table, because that was just too big. And on the end, it feels a lot easier to use. So I'm excited about that. Well, if you stuck with me this long, I certainly appreciate it, and I thank you for watching. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit like and give me that feedback. And if you haven't subscribed, that would be great if you could. Certainly helps me grow my channel. Now, there's a lot of little things like the storage box that I can move around the table, the power strip right in the center of the table, and the drills right here at the end of the table that I think will help me become more efficient. Certainly the storage is a big plus for me, especially in a small shop. I need that space. Compressed air and dust extraction right here at the bench is also, I think, a big deal for me. And having this router table at the end of the bench is going to be a big plus. I think I'll use this a lot more. But this is an evolution, and there's a lot of things I want to do to improve this bench, even beyond what I've already done. A new tabletop, obviously a fence for my router, and some kind of boom or overhead mechanism for my dust extractor hose and my compressed air. So more to come yet even on this bench to make it better. This is Dave with Level Up Woodworking, and I hope to see you next time.